like literally the best offensive weapon. They do everything. Like you think of elite running backs, they do literally everything. They do more than a wide receiver does. They do like they're the most. I don't get it. Like they're the most important skill position is a running back, hands down. In my opinion, it's not even close. They go out, they catch passes, they're touching the ball almost every play. No, next to the quarterback, they touch the ball. The only person that touched the ball more than them on offense is a quarterback. So I don't get how the running back position is devalued. Maybe because they take so much punishment. Maybe that might be it. But that's always been stupid for me. Like that's always been a stupid thought. Like that's not smart. Like if you like a Saquon Barkley, you got a chance to take one of them, a Christian McCaffrey, an Adrian Peterson, like elite talent at running back. You got to go take him. Like Dalvin Cook went in the fucking second round. This dude is leading the league in rushing right now. He went as a second round pick. How did he become a second round pick? That makes no sense. I don't know. Hopefully the NFL stops this whole running backs devalue notion because like they're literally the most important skill position. Like even receivers. Shout out to my co-host Ed. He mentioned this to me, and I say it to this day. He said to me, "Yo, when's the last time like a wide receiver, like a top 5 wide receiver, won a Super Bowl or was like an impactful member of a Super Bowl team?" I was like, "Shit, you got a point. You got a legit point right there, bro." Now we seen last year, like the Rams got to the Super Bowl. Gurley ain't the same player no more with that knee, but shit, I don't know. All right, so moving on. I want to talk a little bit of NBA with you guys before we get up out of here. And so far, we are about 2 weeks into the season, and still kind of getting a feel to see what teams are going to emerge as the true contenders. So it's a little bit early for that. Right now, it's kind of I think teams are using the first. Usually, you got to break the NBA down into quarters. Basically 20-game quarters. So the first 20 games, and the next 20 games, the next 20 games, the next 20 games, and so on and so forth. Right. I think that first quarter of the season for NBA teams is just establishing the identity of a team and establishing what your rotation is going to be moving forward once the season progresses. So I think you're seeing a lot of coaches kind of just playing with different lineups, playing with different rotations, seeing what players that they want to use where and what time they want to bring them into the game, and the different situations of when to bring them into the game, things of that nature there. You know what I mean? So it's kind of hard to judge to see like which teams are actually going to be, the elite teams. Honestly, it's not that hard because you kind of know who's going to be there and who's not. But there's still a few of those teams where it's like, okay, I can see them being better than they are right now. Like the Clippers, like we all know the Clippers are going to be a top 2, top 3 team in the West. Maybe I think they're going to be number 1 when it's all said and done. Utah, like they had a little bit of a rocky start, but ultimately they're going to be there. Denver, same thing. But I just don't want to jump to conclusions too far just yet with the NBA season. It's been fun though. It's been really fun watching like Giannis for the Bucks, man. This dude is something different. Giannis Antetokounmpo. Dude is hitting threes consistently. I don't got no numbers in front of me. I might have to bring them up, but I watched that game against the Clippers, and albeit Kawhi didn't play with the whole load management thing, which I really don't care about, man. He didn't do it on an away game. He did it at home, and I get it was a nationally televised game. It was still a fun fucking game to watch. Like get off the man's back. God damn. Like the Clippers are trying to win a championship, man. This is what they did in Toronto last year. The load management. Shit's going to happen. Like I get that it's a business, but fuck it. They trying to win. Fuck y'all. And they still put on a fucking show. Lou Williams and Montrezl Harrell went to battle with Giannis. That was a great game without Kawhi. But the Lakers are looking really solid. Like they lost that first game to the Clippers, and after that they've been undefeated, won 6 straight. LeBron is looking like LeBron, of course. LeBron is, and I got a little bit of heat, not too much though, but about me saying that LeBron is no longer the best player in the NBA, and you get LeBron have a string of triple doubles and it's like, oh yeah, he's still not the best player, huh? Well, no, he's not. He's LeBron. He doesn't have to be the best player in the NBA no more. He doesn't need to be. But it's impressive. Don't get me wrong. Like he's not. I never called him washed. Like people that was calling him washed, I don't know. Is a little bit wild on that one. He looks really good right now. The beginning of the season. One thing with LeBron is the consistency with it, obviously, and then also we got to see it in the playoffs again because we haven't seen LeBron in the playoffs last year for the first time in forever. But still, Lakers are looking solid. The Warriors right now their season is over. Like their season is done. Steph Curry broke his hand, and the original prognostics was that he's going to be out for 3 months. And then a report just came out that he's unlikely to play for the remainder of the regular season, which honestly makes sense. Like the Warriors are in tank mode now. They lost. Klay Thompson's not going to play this season. Steph Curry looks like they're going to shut him down for the season. Draymond is just out there with a bunch of fucking G Leaguers. The Warriors are going to be in for a rough season, man. A rough season. So I think we can officially count them out of the playoff standings. Like one of the teams that was going to be competing for one of those final 3 spots that I said before. Because remember, like the first 5 spots in the Western Conference are locked up. Like those teams are going to be there. Even with like the Rockets, with Westbrook and Harden kind of struggling right now, I think eventually they'll break out of that funk and they'll still be competing. But I think the Warriors are kind of out in right now. Like the last 3 spots are kind of up for grabs between like the Blazers, the Spurs, the Mavericks, teams like that there. Some other teams I can't think of right now. Sacramento, I think will bounce back eventually. So, but yeah, Warriors shutting it down. They're going to have a lottery pick, probably aiming for like a top 5 pick, and we'll see if they're going to reload. Like the Warriors aren't going to rebuild. They got their nucleus established. They're just going to reload and kind of go from there. So we'll see how that works. I wonder if they keep D'Angelo Russell. Now, do you think they might trade D'Angelo? Because they are tanking, and they might be able to get some assets for him. Or I don't think they'll trade Draymond. I think Draymond's kind of the glue guy there, the heart and soul of that team. But D'Angelo, I think, is going to be expendable once he becomes available to trade. I think it's December 15th is the date where they can trade players that signed free agent contracts. Or, yeah. So I think he can get traded on the 15th of December. So it'll be interesting to see if he gets moved by trade deadline to a contending team. I'm looking forward to seeing that. So what's up with this PED shit, man? Like, so DeAndre Ayton got suspended 25 games for PED usage, and I guess he's like a diuretic, and I guess that's used to hide the usage of PEDs, something like that, to my understanding. But yeah, Ayton got suspended, and now John Collins on the Atlanta Hawks got suspended for HGH usage. Like, what's up with that? That shit is crazy. And I guess like it's the NBA, and I'm pretty sure like almost majority of all players are on some type of performance enhancing drug, something, But yeah, man, it's kind of crazy seeing young guys like that. I'm thinking to myself, like, yo, you 22 years old. What the fuck you need PEDs for? Yo, you a young lion. You a young bull. Shit. I remember when I was 22, I felt invincible. And I'm not even an athlete. I can only imagine how them motherfuckers feel. But hey, I guess you got to keep up with the competition somehow, some way, whatever. But oh yeah. I wanted to mention. So at the Giants game I went to in New York, we seen J.R. Smith, and you know what? You really don't realize how big NBA players are until you actually see them in real life, like up close and personal. Like I seen J.R. Smith going through the Giants stadium. This dude is a fucking legit 6'6", 220 pounds. I'm like, yo, this dude is fucking huge. And that dude is, you watch him on TV, he looks like a small guy. Like he looks like a smaller guy, I should say, amongst other NBA players. Man, that joint is crazy. Like seeing it in real life is definitely eye-opening. Not just like watching them play basketball, because they're still amongst other dudes that's just as tall, if not taller than them. But seeing them just among just an average crowd of people, seeing a dude just like that, I'm like, yo, that is fucking crazy. That's a little sidebar for y'all. But yeah, I'd seen JR at the game and I was like, damn, this dude is kind of big. That's crazy. Man. Shout out to the Celtics. Shout out to Boston, man. They have looked really good so far. They lost the first game of the season to my Philadelphia 76ers, and my Sixers are going to be a tough matches for anybody. We're just fucking huge. We just bludgeon people. Yeah, Gordon Hayward looks good. Kemba has looked really good. Jason Tatum, he had a game winner for them a couple of games ago. The Celtics is one of those teams, man, where I said that if they can get themselves a legit big man, a legit center, they can go out and fuck around and get themselves Sabonis, or if they somehow found a way to get Steven Adams away from OKC. That Celtics team, man, fuck. I don't want to play them. I don't want nothing to do with them, man. Especially if they like Brad Stevens get the rotations down pack, where everybody's getting the minutes that they want to get, and they always been a good ball movement team when Kyrie's not there, and now Kyrie isn't there. Man, this Boston team, I like them. I like Boston. Obviously, I fucking hate Boston. Fuck them. But as a team, in general, I think that they can definitely make some noise in the East, especially if they get themselves a decent center. And also, yeah, that brings me to Brooklyn, actually. I mentioned Kyrie. Is it kind of weird? It's actually weird, but it's kind of funny to me to see how Kyrie goes to Brooklyn and like they look like a worse team than they were last year. And obviously the camaraderie, and they still gotta get comfortable with one another. I think they gotta get comfortable with playing with Kyrie. But it just seems like that I don't know, it seems like Kyrie might be one of those players where kind of I want to say cancerous, tumor, like what's less than a cancer. He's just one of those players where he goes to a situation and kind of fucks up the rhythm of the team. Like he went to that Boston team, and like Boston played better without Kyrie. They were a better team without him. Now, don't get me wrong, Kyrie definitely came through for that team down the stretch in close games where he's a closer. You give him the ball, go get me a bucket, he can do so. But like in a 7-game series, I don't know, man. Brooklyn hasn't looked good. They haven't looked like a good team. They don't look like the team from last year where they looked like they was having fun. I fucking hated playing them, man. Like, I was like, we had Brooklyn. We drew them in the first round. I was like, fuck. Like, I knew we was going to beat them. Like, I was like, they're not just a talented enough team to beat us, but still, I knew they was going to give us fucking headaches. Again, like, I don't know. This team, like last year's team, I think was better than this year's team, honestly. And, I mean, obviously don't got KD yet. But I guess we'll see in the future how everything pans out for them. But that's really all I got for basketball right now. We're still in the beginning of the stages of the season. Like I said, don't want to put too much stock into the first 20 games just yet. Don't read too much into it just yet, guys. Like I said, first 20 games, rotations are being established. You're seeing G Leaguers get shots. You're seeing, this shit's getting tried out right now. The next 20 games is going to be more of a tall tale. Am I saying that right? Telltale. That's going to be more of a telltale story. Tall tale story, whatever how you say it. That's going to be more of indication of what team they're going to be really, really good. What teams are going to be the contenders. Kind of go from there. We had a UFC event this past Saturday, and also boxing. Masvidal versus Diaz, which was stopped because of a cut